Today, we will talk about the Homestead Exemption, a legal provision that minimizes property taxes for homeowners and shields a home from some creditors following the death of a homeowner's spouse or the declaration of bankruptcy. A homestead exemption minimizes property taxes for homeowners and provides financial protection. It can shield a home from creditors following the death of a homeowner's spouse or bankruptcy. The exemption is designed to provide both physical shelter and financial protection. It's important to note that the exemption doesn't prevent a bank from foreclosing if the homeowner defaults on their mortgage. You may be able to apply for a homestead property tax exemption if you have a primary residence and want to reduce the overall property tax bill. Some states offer the exemption to every homeowner, but most states require you to meet certain eligibility criteria. The exemption can be a flat reduction or calculated by a percentage of the taxable value of your home, and different states have different rules regarding how the exemption is applied and how much protection it affords against creditors. Homestead exemptions vary by state and provide varying degrees of financial protection against unsecured creditors for the home. The protection limits are not for the value of the home but for the homeowner's equity in it. It's important to note that the protection doesn't apply to secured creditors such as the bank that holds the mortgage. Federal bankruptcy law provides exemption from selling a home if the owner's equity does not exceed a certain limit. Homeowners are forced to use the state limits in most states, but about 1 in 3 states allows them to use either the federal or applicable state limit. However, bankruptcy protection only protects against unsecured creditors and won't prevent a bank from foreclosing on the home. A homestead tax is typically applied to homes based on the assessed value of the property by the local government tax assessor's office. The exemption may offer ongoing reductions in property taxes depending on state laws. Homestead tax exemptions usually offer a fixed discount on taxes, such as exempting the first amount of the assessed value with the remainder taxed at the normal rate. If your home's assessed value is $300,000 and your property tax rate is 1%, your property tax bill would be $3,000. However, if you were eligible for a homestead tax exemption of $50,000, your tax bill would drop to $2,500. Eligibility for the homestead exemption varies by state and you may qualify if your income is low, you're a senior, have a disability, or you're a veteran. Some exemptions can be combined if you fall into more than one category. There may also be a limit on the value of a home that can qualify for an exemption. You can apply for a homestead tax exemption by contacting your county or local tax assessor's office. Some states require that you fill out an application, often available online, and have specific deadlines to comply with. Most states have homestead exemptions, with New Jersey and Pennsylvania being exceptions. Some states have general homestead laws instead, which protect surviving spouses from creditors. In Florida, you must have occupied the property as your permanent residence before January 1st of the year for which you're applying for the exemption. There are also citizenship and residency requirements to meet, and an application must be submitted by the statutory deadline. The homestead exemption provides an exemption from property taxes on a home and ensures that a surviving spouse has shelter. It's important to remember that the exemption only applies to a primary residence and that the rules and protection limits vary by state. Here are 5 key takeaways. 1. A homestead exemption reduces homeowners' state property tax obligations. 2. The exemption can protect a home from creditors following the death of a homeowner's spouse or bankruptcy. 3. The provision provides surviving qualifying spouses with ongoing property tax relief in certain states. 4. The exemption only applies to one's primary residence. 5. Most states have homestead exemptions but the rules and protection limits vary. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.